So you might be thinking, well, is my dog a senior or geriatric, and what's the difference? Well, take a look at this chart here. We've done a lot of work to figure out exactly what age, what is the age equivalence between dog years and human years. And you know, there's lots of different publications about with a lot of different ideas, and we kind of put them all together in this chart for you. But take a look at the bottom for the senior and geriatric dogs. We figure, okay, senior humans, 51 to 75, okay? When I'm 74, I think that number might get extended to 80. But anyway, so dogs age differently depending on what their adult weight is. And so we've made four columns here that have to do with how big your dog is at adult size. So the little dogs down here between 1 and 20 pounds, the big dogs here over 90 pounds, and then you've got the large and the mediums. So you follow this column down, and you can see that for dogs that weigh about between 1 and 20 pounds at adult life, they're seniors until about 14, between 10 and 14 years of age, and 15 and greater, they're considered geriatric. Now, this varies a little bit with your own individual dog, and I'll talk about that next, some other things you can look for. But it gives you kind of a general idea here, and we know that the giant breeds, as you can see over here on the right column, they age at a younger age, they age faster. But it gives you kind of an idea whether your dog would be considered a senior or geriatric dog. But then you also have to look at the signs of aging in your particular dog. So in senior dogs, what we see is kind of mild slowing of athletic abilities. You might see slower agility or fly ball times, for example. Early signs of aging, such as graying of the coat, particularly on the face in many breeds of dogs. And then you'll probably see early signs of hearing loss or vision changes, such as those cloudy lenses you see that indicates that your dog has presbyopia, just like humans get after about age 50. When we're talking about geriatric dogs, we start to see some additional things. We see reduced interest in physical activity sometimes, and actually quite often. We see atrophy of muscles along the spine particularly, and that's called sarcopenia. We also see some degenerative changes, particularly of the musculoskeletal area, such as arthritis. But here's the thing I want to tell you about, and I want to interrupt myself here to tell you about something. Probably all of you have known dogs that in their older years had to be euthanized because they, quote, couldn't get around anymore. Maybe they couldn't even stand up from a sit. Maybe they couldn't go up a couple of stairs. Maybe they were slipping and falling on floors all the time. And it just seemed like their quality of life had declined, and it's time for them to be euthanized. You know, as a pathologist, I did postmortems on a lot of these dogs, and what did I learn? They didn't have arthritis. They didn't actually have musculoskeletal disease. Most of them just had weakness. How sad is that? When we know that that can be changed by fitness programs. So look at these asterisks. All of these things are things that the Fit for Life and Fit to be Tied programs will change and can be modified. I mean, I think that's so incredibly exciting. Other things we see with older dogs, cognitive alterations, sometimes wandering or pacing, startle when being touched, excessive barking. Guess what? Fitness exercises can also modulate that. That is amazing. I mean, I feel so excited about that because I have a really old dog and I've been working on this with her and I have seen the changes.